2095. Feel good.
Welcome to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the show that brings you man-on-the-street interviews, celebrity guests, groundbreaking research, and heartwarming stories about the reasons we smile. Our show is also known as everything you've always wanted to know about dentistry, but were too numb to ask. Hello, I'm General Dentist Dr. Kvitko, and thank you for joining me today.
The following views and opinions do not necessarily reflect those of this station, its staff, management, or parent company. To hear a replay of this show or one of the great shows that previously aired, log on to thereasonswesmile.com or iTunes, keyword Dr. Kvitko or The Reasons We Smile. Listeners should not use Dr. Kvitko's comments and advice in place of an actual dental exam.
Brighten your life with a smile that shows the professional touch of Dr. Kvitko.
Time now for The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Call 459-9769 to discuss your dental issues. Now, here's your host, Dr. Kvitko.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to The Reasons We Smile. I'm Dr. Kvitko. Thank you so much for joining me. Well, this is show 601. We got that first 600 shows out of the way, and now we're going to start our second 600 shows. Today's show is we're bringing you my take on a Reader's Digest article entitled 15 Foods Dentists Never Eat and You Shouldn't Either. Before we get started, let me remind you, if you'd like to follow me on Twitter, it's at Dr. Kvitko. And if you'd please go to my office Facebook page and like us, that would be awesome. Also, all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. And we are streaming live on Facebook, and I'm trying something new with the sound. So if you are watching on Facebook and you don't hear it, please let me know, and I will change up the way I'm bringing the input. Okay, I thought I could improve it, and I'm probably messing it up. All right, so obviously by now everybody knows that I think it was yesterday was the 50th anniversary of when we landed on the moon, and I thought about doing the show about that, kind of like maybe a 50 years ago look back of what was dentistry like, but I decided not to because we've kind of been paying so much attention to the moon landing, and it's so cool. And something that came out of that is I was at my office last week, of course. I'm there every week, and I happened to realize I'm the only one that was alive when we landed on the moon. This is the first time I've actually felt old. I started talking to people about it, and they looked at me like, what? So anyway, I don't feel old, don't think I am. But I was alive when we landed on the moon, and it was very, very cool. It really was, because we all thought that, nobody knew if, first of all, would they be able to, what would the surface be like? Would there be aliens? Would there be disease that we didn't know? Would there be life that we didn't recognize? That sort of thing. And when you watch these documentaries like I've been, and I'm sure you have as well, you realize just how close it came to being a disaster. You know, I saw one where the switch that controls what's called the engine control arm on the lunar lander, you know, so that when they were getting ready to blast off, they noticed the night before that that switch was broken, that little toggle switch, little metal thing. The end had broken off. They didn't know if it was in the on position or the off position. And the engineers in Houston spent all night trying to figure out a bypass for it, and they couldn't come up with one. And so when they turned on the engine to blast off the moon, if that switch had been in the wrong position, it would not have come on, and they would have had no way to make it come on. Can you believe that? Isn't that something? So anyway, pretty cool. And now we're going back to the moon in another 3 years, I guess. And what's also interesting is the people in my office that weren't alive, not the people that are about to do it again, they weren't alive. So it's and the lead guy was 37 or something back when they did it. So anyway, very, very interesting. Also, if you're a Buckeye fan like I am, the former basketball Buckeyes called Carmen's Crew are playing in the TBT, called the basketball tournament. And my wife and I went to the first game, watched the second one on TV, and we're going again today. They play at noon. They're going to play a team from Dayton, so we wish the former Buckeyes well. It's funny because Dan Dockich is doing the play-by-play, and he kept calling them Ohio State. Ohio State, they had to correct him. About halfway through, he started calling it Carmen's Crew, which is, by the way, after Carmen, Ohio, just so you know. Okay. And, oh my goodness, this heat. Is this something or what? I've been watching the weather. Mostly my wife has, and I try to just kind of, shrug everything off and say, oh, I'm fine, I can go out and do this. But at her urging, I've been staying indoors. And a little bit of time that we've been outdoors, it has been oppressive. It's really something. So anyway, I hope you're staying cool and that your air conditioner hasn't broken if you have one. Okay, and also, don't you feel sorry for those people at the Jazz and Ribs Fest, the guys cooking and the women cooking and serving, and even the spectators? But the reason I mention that is because one of the 15 foods dentists never eat, and you shouldn't either, according to Reader's Digest, is barbecued meats. And I was thinking about that one. And have you ever tried to like get that off your fingers? You lick your fingers. You've got to lick your fingers a bunch of times because it's kind of like caked on there, right? So it's kind of caked on your teeth as well. Now, as I go through this list, just to be fair, what I'm going to do is I'm going to confess which ones that I actually eat, and probably will continue at the end of the show, because none of us is perfect. But I thought it would be interesting to bring you these 15 foods, just so that you can maybe give them some thought and maybe curtail some if you are, partaking or imbibing. Okay? So let's get to that list. I already gave you one of them, which was barbecued meats. So let me just go to that one, and we'll explain why they are feeling that it's a problem. Okay. So obviously the sticky red sauces that turn everything delicious are cavities waiting to happen. Barbecued meats, like spare ribs, are some of the worst foods for teeth because of the caramelized sugars used in the sauce. So that's the stuff you can't get off when you're trying to lick your fingers. There is the potential to crack your teeth on parts of the meat that may have either over-caramelized or you catch a bone, like a little bone accidentally. I think I've done that before. Luckily, it didn't break my tooth, but I've done it before. And also, you can actually chip a tooth on that, and the extra sugar. That's never good. So, anyway, that doesn't, I guess we're not saying stop eating barbecue sauce or going to the Jazz and Rib Fest, but probably being careful. And, a lot of times the answer to this is to rinse your mouth out kind of soon thereafter and get it off of your teeth. And, of course, be careful. I usually cut the meat off of a bone to avoid I don't like getting all sticky, I guess. Maybe because I'm always wearing gloves and my fingers are always clean. But sometimes you just got to get in there, right? Got to dive in. Okay, so another one of the foods is popcorn. Now, popcorn, and again, this is from Reader's Digest, did not get the author's name. I actually found it online, and they did not list the author's name, and I didn't have Reader's Digest, but trying to do my best to give them credit for the story. Okay, so countless number of people come in with cracked teeth from eating those half-pop popcorn kernels. Not to mention that sneaky husk. It's like the popcorn husk is notorious for finding its way in between teeth, and actually gets underneath the gum line and causes pain. And even though it's one of the healthiest snacks out there, if you don't have too much salt or butter, so if you're going to eat it, you probably need to don't eat those half-popped kernels, and brush your teeth as soon as you're done. I love popcorn, but I hate getting all that stuff stuck in my teeth. So I really do go and brush as soon as I possibly can. And if I'm at a place where I don't have my toothbrush, I rinse my mouth out with water, almost like gargling, just swishing back and forth. And then I always carry toothpicks. So the point is get it out of there as soon as you can. Now, I've had several people come in with pain, and in a tooth. We take an X-ray. We're looking for a cavity, something deep, maybe close to the pulp. We're looking for maybe they broke a tooth kind of at an angle or half off. That shows up on the X-ray, but you don't see it above the gum line. Or we're looking for an abscess that might be getting started. And sometimes we're scratching our head, and then we're picking around, and they're going, it's right there, and we find a popcorn hull. So, you can avoid a dental appointment if you're careful about the way you eat the popcorn. Or I guess if you don't think you can be careful, you could cut it out of your diet. But, it's just too good, right? You just can't have a movie with without some popcorn. Okay, another one is dried fruit. Now, I talked to a lot of people about how, there are foods that we consider healthy for us, and I mentioned popcorn was one. But also, what could be unhealthy about dried fruit, right? Well, because it's just fruit. Well, when you dry it, you concentrate the sugars, and now it's kind of like candy. It's just gonna. And by the way, sugar is food for bacteria, easy food for the bacteria to metabolize, and so it's easy then for it to grow. And when it grows, it gives off acids, and those acids eat at your teeth and cause the cavities. So I talk to kids when I'm talking to kids, and I say, I have a list of healthy foods, or I say, which of these foods are good for your teeth? And raisins is one of the ones that is in the list, and kids always pick raisins, and turns out not really, because it's so sticky and it sticks around forever. Okay, so another one that, according to Reader's Digest, is a food that you should never eat, and they say dentists don't either, and I'm going to confess later what I do, is sweet coffee drinks. Well, besides the fact that they're 1 million calories, 1,200 calories or something for some of those, that can be a dental nightmare. Constant exposure to the milk and sugar over the course of an hour or more make it difficult for the saliva to combat against the sugars and acids produced by the bacteria in our mouths. Saliva is the great protector of our teeth, and with the constant sugar attacks from taking sips of sugary drinks, over time the salivary glands just can't keep up. Okay, so if you just inundate your mouth with too much sugar, your salivary glands have a hard time, making enough saliva to wash it away. And again, what do? You should rinse your mouth with water afterwards to kind of help things out, get that stuff off of your teeth. And you're better off if you actually drink the coffee kind of quickly, but you can't because it's so darn hot. So as soon as you can get it down, though, get it down and then rinse your mouth out with water, and you will probably be fine. Okay, so another one, let me see how I'm doing on time. Probably should stop. Yeah, it looks like it's time. Oh, and I forgot to mention, and I will now, that soon you're going to have a chance to win free flowers from DeSantis Florist. And all you have to do is have been paying attention just slightly. But before we do the contest, we want you to listen to this.
This station will not be held liable for any contesting during The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko. Participation in the contest allows Dr. Kvitko to record and broadcast your name and call. One winner per household. Prizes are non-transferable, cannot be substituted, and are subject to taxes and fees. This station cannot be responsible for the inability to enter the contest, whether due to equipment malfunction or telephone difficulties. All decisions of Dr. Kvitko concerning this contest or eligibility are final.
And now it's time for Dr. Kvitko's Question of the Day.
Okay, so if you're just joining us, we are bringing you 15 foods dentists never eat, and you shouldn't either, according to Reader's Digest. But I'm putting a little bit of my take on it, and so I've given you 4 of the foods that Reader's Digest says you should never eat. Which of the following are some of those foods? A, popcorn. B, dried fruit. C, sweet coffee drinks. Or D, all of the above. All right, the winner's going to have a chance to win free flowers from DeSantis Florist. They'll be delivered to your place of business this Tuesday afternoon. The number to call is 614-459-9769. That's 614-459-9769. So go ahead and call now.
You won't believe it though. I wanna hear your mind, and there's nothing else in the world tonight. She said, people don't take the time. Hey, people don't take the time.
Hi, I'm Keith Carlos, winner of America's Next Top Model and star of Chocolate City 2. Look for my smile on the big screen this summer, courtesy of Dr. Kvitko. Stay tuned to The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of The Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. Did you know that you no longer need to visit several different dental professionals to get more complete dental care? We handle everything from cleanings and orthodontics to restoration, implants, and smile makeovers, all in my office. Get the most advanced technology and procedures available today. It's more complete dentistry.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
Dr. Kvitko! Let's go!
Hi, I'm Johanna, and I've been a dental patient at Dr. Kvitko and Associates for over 10 years. I would really recommend Dr. Kvitko for your family's dental care. They're friendly. They're always there to help me. I feel like family when I walk in the door. It's clean, it's comfortable, even if I have to bring my kids. They have a great playroom for them. I know when I'm with Dr. Kvitko, they are taking that extra time to make sure that I'm going to be the healthiest I can be. They've been great. I love them.
Call Dr. Kvitko and Associates today, 614-262-9588.
Hi, this is Richard Simmons. Dr. Kvitko's here, and he's going to help you with all of your problems. Are your teeth yellow? He can fix that. Are you missing a tooth? He can put a new one in. How is that?
That's very good. Thank you, Richard. Okay, we're back. We're doing Dr. Kvitko's question of the day, and we have Melissa on the phone. Hey, Melissa, how are you today?
I'm well.
Good.
How are
good.
you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for listening. Thank you for calling in. Do you have the answer to Dr. Kvitko's question of the day?
D, all of the above.
That's right. Well, Melissa, what do you do for a living?
I'm volunteer coordinator at the Cancer Support Community.
Oh my goodness, that's really cool. That's really neat. Wow, and you volunteer your time. That's awesome. And I bet those people appreciate it.
Yes, I'm very grateful. Actually, I work there and I volunteer there.
Oh, okay. Wow, cool. Hey, well, stay on the line. We want to get the flowers address, where to send the flowers. So I got that backwards. You get it. Okay, well, anyway, stay on the line, and my producer will get that info, okay, Melissa?
Thank you.
Thank you very much. All right, if you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is episode number 601 of The Reasons We Smile with Dr. Kvitko, and today we are bringing you 15 foods dentists never eat, and you shouldn't either. That's according to Reader's Digest. And I didn't have the author, I just had the article, so hopefully that's good enough. All right, so far we talked about popcorn, dried fruit, sweet coffee drinks, and barbecued meats. And so the next one we want to cover is seeds. All right, now, many seeds require cracking them open with our front teeth, which obviously could cause chipping of the edges. But also, I don't know about you, but seeds get stuck in my teeth, you know, whether it's sunflower seeds or peanuts or almonds, they just do, you know. And so obviously anything that's stuck in your teeth can eat at the tooth and cause cavities, so that's not good to have it there. So if you're going to eat seeds, obviously you need to get it out of there as quickly as possible by flossing, toothpicks, or brushing, or all three, you know. Okay, and at the end of the show, I'm going to confess as to which ones that I actually eat or drink of this list. And so the next one is hot lemon water. Now, lemon water has been shown to be healthy for us, almost like a cleansing, you know. But apparently, when it's hot, it is more damaging to teeth because the acid that it has in it, you know, ascorbic acid from the lemons, can eat at the enamel of a person's teeth. So that's something that, you know, give some thought to. I do love lemon water. But anyway, you know, like myself, I use it as a replacement for coffee. And whenever you do something over and over again, obviously that's when things can go wrong. And you can get sensitivity from the acid erosion that is caused by the lemon water, especially at the gum line. So, you know, you talk about people that have sensitive teeth, could be somebody that's drinking too much hot lemon water. The next one, number 6, is ice. We hear a lot about ice. People say don't chew ice, right? By the way, interestingly enough, ice, if you hold it in your palm of your hand when you have a toothache, will temporarily take away your toothache. You still have to come to the dentist, but at least you have a little bit of relief. It's really weird how that works. Okay, so obviously ice is kind of too hard for tooth enamel and can cause stress fractures in the teeth. And it obviously can even break a piece of your tooth if you catch it just wrong. Another one would be energy drinks. Okay, energy drinks are super acidic. People don't realize that, but they are, and they have a low pH. Low pH means acidic, high pH means basic. Anything above 7 is basic, anything below 7 is acidic, 7 is considered neutral. And they also have a high sugar content. They coat all of the teeth and therefore affects them all equally. And you could end up with a mouthful of cavities if you're not careful. And this is from energy drinks. Now, energy drinks would be things like, those shots that you get at the convenience store, Monster Energy. There's the little tiny, forget the name of the little tiny ones. Yeah, like 5-hour energy, that sort of thing, exactly. So anyway, be aware. Now maybe those little 5-hour energy, they're kind of small and you almost like gulp it, so maybe it doesn't coat your teeth as much as one of those cans of an energy drink. Okay, another one is chocolate-covered raisins. Now, they may be everyone's favorite movie snack, but they're far from healthy like we talked about earlier. Because the raisins stick to your teeth, of course you have the chocolate that has the sugar and makes the bacteria able to grow. And so you just have to be careful with that. The chocolate is just an accelerator of the raisins as it comes to attacking our teeth. Another one is sports drinks, which is different than energy drinks. The sports drinks are probably, think about it, they're in contact with your teeth longer because it's not a little shot, it's a whole bottle, like 16 ounces. And now they were created to rehydrate athletes and replenish lost nutrients and electrolytes. In fact, the original Gatorade was developed at Florida University, because their teams are called the Gators. That's where it comes from. And it's essentially artificial sweat. Did you know that? That's what the researchers did. They were looking to see what liquids and nutrients was our body losing when we sweated profusely from exercise. And they figured out what that was, and they put it in a drink and gave it some flavor, and it's essentially artificial sweat. Not so appetizing when you think of it that way, but it's fine. So anyway, so liquid sugars are notorious for causing cavities in the hard-to-reach places. They're even more detrimental when introduced into a dry oral environment. So unless you're a high performance athlete, you probably should rehydrate with just plain old water. Okay. Number 10. PB&J, peanut butter and jelly. Oh, looks like I'll do that one real quick, then we have to go to a break. I'm looking up the clock. Okay, so peanut butter and jelly. Each of the two ingredients is laced with added sugar. Add in the sticky texture, and you've got a perfect recipe for cavities. If you're going to enjoy this treat, look for peanut butters and jellies with no added sugar and drinking lots of water. If possible, brush or chew a xylitol gum afterwards to make sure that all of the sticky sugar is removed from your teeth. Okay, so yeah, let's go to a break. When we come back, we have numbers 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 to get to. All right, you're listening to The Reasons We Smile. We'll be right back.
You can't take me as I am, not just a little bit. I don't know who to be. I'm a paper cup, baby, of the sea. I know you see it too, 'cause you're too much for me.
This is Clark Kellogg. Stay tuned for more of Dr. Kvitko.
Estás escuchando con Dr. Kvitko aquí en su estación favorita.
Hi, I'm Dominique Reichert. Like what you hear? Why not use the show to promote your product or service by becoming a sponsor? Call 614-262-9588 to learn how. That's 614-262-9588. Call now.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kvitko, general dentist and host of the Reasons We Smile radio and roadshow. I've been honored to help several famous people get a perfect smile, like Keith Carlos and Dominique Reigard from America's Next Top Model, and Ted the Golden Voice Williams from right here in Columbus. Isn't it time you had a celebrity smile? It costs less than you might think, and most of the time, it can be done in one visit. A new smile can make a world of difference.
Visit worldsmostinterestingdentist.com for more info about Dr. Kvitko.
I'm Grandpa, and I go to Dr. Kvitko, and I still have all my teeth. Real ones. Where's my glasses?
If you're just joining us, I'm Dr. Kvitko. This is episode number 601 of The Reasons We Smile. We're bringing you an article I found in Reader's Digest, 15 foods dentists never eat and you shouldn't eat either. But we're going to talk about how many of those I actually eat in a minute. Okay, so we have just a few more to go. We've already covered number 14, by the way. I jumped ahead when I talked about the barbecued meats. So all we have left to do is numbers, what was it, did I say? Oh, 11, 12, 13, and 15. Okay, 11, canned fruit. If canned fruit sounds healthy because it's fruit in the name, think again. While fruit is typically considered a healthy option, fruit in a can is often surprisingly unhealthy. If it's packaged in syrup and coated in sugar, these options become just one step removed from candy. And I kind of know that, and I think we all know that, but we still eat it, right? But anyway, think about that. I guess, oh, and here's another one. Seltzer. like seltzer water. You know how you can buy cans of like flavored seltzer. Seltzer by itself is pretty bitter, which means it's acidic, but then they put a little bit of I don't know, grape flavor or blueberry or something, and but because it's acidic, it's very damaging to teeth enamel, just like orange juice would be. Okay, that's according to a study, by the way. Okay, gummy bears is the next one. So it's not just gummy bears, but all gummy-style candies should be avoided like the plague because they ruin teeth. Again, they stick on the teeth. Now, a lot of this doesn't happen if you brush immediately, but they're pretty bad for your teeth since they stick to all those areas. And the longer they're in contact with the sweets, your teeth, the more acid gets produced by the cavity-causing bacteria. Okay, the last one on our list is granola bars. So, you know, a lot of snack lovers eat granola bars because we've been told they're healthy. They have lots of fiber, right, and minerals, but they're awful for our oral hygiene and not as healthy as you'd think. They have a good amount of sugar, which is not good for teeth. Some of the brands also coat their granola with additional sugars for the crunch. So it's twofold, where you have the potential to break teeth as well as break down enamels with sugars. So apparently we're not supposed to eat anything. That's what it seems like sometimes, doesn't it, right, folks? Okay, and so I said I was going to divulge which ones that I eat, and I know my wife and mother-in-law are sitting there laughing right now. I eat all of them, and I drink all of them, and I don't know what to tell you, other than I do know that it is so much more healthy. You know what I'm saying? What I say, here's what I believe, and this is for my everything I do in my life. Everything is okay if it's in moderation, okay? Including moderation, right? So you don't want to over-exercise that you start wearing out joints and wearing out muscles. You don't want to overeat. You don't want to over-imbibe, alcohol. You don't want to take too many aspirin tablets for that matter. Everything in moderation. Only take an aspirin when you need it, not when you think you might be getting a headache. You know what I mean? And so I'm looking through this list. There's not one thing on here. In fact, I'm really guilty about the hot lemon water. That's what I drink instead of coffee in the morning. And so I'm kind of like a dentist nightmare, and I'm a dentist at the same time. I think that I can get away with it a little bit, though, because I'm at a dental office every day, and and there's a dentist there besides myself, Dr. Edmonds. You've met him on the radio a couple times now. And so if there's an issue in my mouth, we can look at it quickly and, check it out right away. I know what clean teeth feel like. I know how to brush my teeth and make sure everything is off of them. And if I need my hygienist to clean my teeth, on the spur of a moment, I can do that. And I was going to say she doesn't charge me, but that's not true. I don't charge myself. I still have to pay her. But anyway, so I would say, unless you're the kind of person that, brushes your teeth all the time or gets every little speck off right away or is willing to rinse with water right afterwards and get all that stuff out of there, you probably should take advantage of this list and be careful. Okay, so just be careful. I'm going to go through the list real quickly. Be careful about popcorn, dried fruit, sweet coffee drinks, seeds, hot lemon water, ice, energy drinks, chocolate-covered raisins, sports drinks, peanut butter and jelly, canned fruit, seltzer, gummy bears, barbecued meats, and granola bars. And by the way, I had a seltzer last night. I've done everything on here. So you guys just be careful. All right, looks like I'm pretty much out of time. I'm looking at my producer's nodding his head yes. So thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. I really do. Any parting thoughts? Good luck to the Buckeyes Carmen crew this afternoon. Okay, that's all the time I have. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. It's at Dr. Kvitko. Go to my office Facebook page and like us. It's Dr. Kvitko and Associates. Remember that all past episodes, complete with video, are available at thereasonswesmile.com. Be sure to tune in next week and every week right here on your favorite station. Goodbye.
This is Carly Red from Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, the hit show on VH1, urging you to tune in next week with my dentist, Dr. Kvitko.
If you're interested in learning more about this and other dental health topics, go to thereasonswesmile.com to access full episodes of Dr. Kvitko's show.
If you'd like Dr. Kvitko, the world's most interesting dentist, to speak at your next event, please call 614-262-9588. That's 614-262-9588. 95